Oh, hello, my friends. A very good morning to all of you, or maybe afternoon, depending, as usual, whichever part of the globe you may be in. Yes, I was just going through this, the Holy Bible. Uh, Not to say that I was trying to become an evangelist or something like that, but the fact of the matter is that some of the best English words and expressions and proverbs are found in the Bible. But anyway, my dear friends, in my previous episode or my previous discussion I spoke about uh, speaking very well, how to speak with the proper accent, the fluctuation of your voice, etc. The voice and accent part of it. Now, today, my friend, I'm going to talk about two things. I'll divide it into two parts. In the first part, I'm going to talk about common English idioms and expressions, right? Common English idioms and expressions. And in the second part, I will just give you all a bit of grammar today. It's about prepositions, all right? Now, don't say prepositions. The spelling is Prepositions, preposition. But we don't say prepositions, we say prepositions, all right? Great. So, you see, for you to be able to talk very well with the correct accent, the voice modulation, etc., all fine. But then to make to make your sentences attractive and nice to hear, you need to also expand your vocabulary. And the best way would be to use some good expressions of English, common but interesting ones, because English idioms, proverbs, and expressions are an important part of everyday English. Okay? So here we go. We will start off with some of these expressions which you all also must learn how to use them. Or when you hear them, then you know what it is all about. Like I use them very often in my day-to-day conversations. So I'm going to give you some examples and their meanings, because some of the idioms and the expressions may not have a literal meaning. It implies something else, it's meaning something else. So you just got to get the hang of it by practicing and hearing it. All right? So, like number one, give someone the cold shoulder. Shoulder, kaat. So, to give someone the cold shoulder. Okay, before that, আমি আগেই বলে নিই যে আমি আজকে যে কথাগুলো বলবো এটা দুটো ভাগে ভাগ করে দিয়েছি। প্রথম ভাগে আমি কয়েকটি ইংলিশে যেটাকে আমরা বলি কমন ইংলিশ ইডিয়মস বা এক্সপ্রেশনস, প্রবাদ বাক্যর মতন, সেগুলো এবং তার মানে কি, অল ইন ইংলিশ অফ কোর্স। এবং আমি দ্বিতীয় পার্টে খুব সংক্ষিপ্তভাবে প্রেপোজিশন নিয়ে একটু বলে দেব, কয়েকটি শব্দ এবং তারপরে প্রেপোজিশনটা কি হবে, এবং এছাড়া আর অন্য কোনো প্রেপোজিশন হয় না এই শব্দগুলো। সো এই শব্দগুলো মাথায় রাখতে হবে এবং এই শব্দগুলো যে কোনো বাক্য রচনা করার সময় বা বাক্যে থাকলে এই প্রেপোজিশনই হবে। সো in that preposition part I'll come to that these would be the prepositions, nothing else. But anyway, let's get back to the first part of common English idioms and expressions, right? So as I was saying, to give somebody a cold shoulder, what does that mean? To give somebody a cold shoulder, that means basically to ignore somebody. Ignore kora. To ignore somebody means to give the cold shoulder. Remember that. Oh, and I must give some examples. I went to meet the secretary of the club, but he just gave me the cold shoulder. That means he ignored me, right? Okay. Number 2, example number 2, go on a wild goose chase. Go on a wild goose chase. We all know what a goose is now, Rajhash. So wild goose chase. কোনো ডাইরেকশন নেই, কিছু নেই, এটা রাজহাঁসের পেছনে ছুটছি, মানে if we literally translate that. But no, what it means is to do something pointless. Oh, has he been doing that work? Has he located that person? No, he has been looking for it. He can't find him. He's on a wild goose chase. You'll never find him. Kobe okan theke where he has gone, like that. Looking for something which you know it's a waste of time. Wild goose chase. Got it? Great. Number 3, a blessing in disguise. A blessing in disguise. Now, what does that mean? A blessing in disguise? Well, basically, it is means something that is a good thing that has happened, a good thing which initially doesn't seem to be looking good. So when something happens, say a building, not a building, say a part of a road caved in or broke, and then it was all, quickly repaired by the government and this and that. Or a bridge, a part of it broke down and it was repaired. So we say, oh God, that thing happened. But, well, in a way, it was a blessing in disguise that it broke. It has been repaired. Something that happens, initially we think it may not be good, but it is good. Suddenly it starts raining and, roads get flooded, etc. But then after 2 days we say that, well, yes, the rains were a blessing in disguise because at least the government woke up and started repairing all the roads. Okay, so that's the blessing in disguise. Number 4, call it a day. Well, I'm not calling it a day right now. Call it a day. Call it a day basically means let's end it. Let's call it a day. While we are playing, or maybe playing a game of football, or playing chess, or whatever it is, or playing a hand of cards, we can say, come on guys, let's call it a day. Enough, no more. Or just sitting and having a conversation, talk over a few drinks maybe. So we say, come on, let's call it a day now. It may be in the evening, but we use the term, let's call it a day. It may be midnight, but we say, let's call it a day. That means let's end it. All right. And finally, we have one more thing. We can say, under the weather. W-E-A-T-H-E-R. Weather, abhawa. Well, here, under the weather means not well. How are you? I'm a bit under the weather. That means I'm not fully fit. Okay? I'm sure you got those. Great. Now, quickly, I'm going to give you 5 words and the prepositions that follow. Ready? Here we go. Anxious. When you have the word anxious, A-N-X-I-O-U-S, anxious, chintito, bicholito, whatever you say, it is always about. The preposition is about. I'm anxious about something. I'm anxious about my results. I'm anxious about my relative in the hospital. Okay? Number 2, when you have the word beware, beware, B-E-W-A-R-E, beware. The preposition would always be of, O-F, of. That's why you see sometimes written, beware of the dog. Beware of the landlord. Anyway, beware of something. All right? So beware of. 3, ashamed, lojito, ashamed. Whenever it is ashamed, it is always also of. I'm ashamed of his behavior. I'm ashamed of these politicians. All right? We are. Then we have associated. Associated. Whenever you have associated, the preposition would be with. I'm associated with this company. I'm associated with this group of people. I'm associated with this club. Right? Great. belong. Whenever you have belong, B-E-L-O-N-G, belong, the preposition is to, T-O. Not T-O-T-W, but T-O. Belong to. I belong to Bengal. He belongs to the Punjab. Like that. So belong to. And finally, the fifth word I'll say is blessed. B-L-E-S-S-E-D. Blessed is always followed with. He's blessed with wonderful children. He's blessed with a good son. He's blessed with a good job. Right? All right. And I'm really blessed to have such wonderful people and supporters of our channel and members of our YouTube channel family. Thank you all very much for all your support and encouragement to make our channel good. Thank you once again. Until we meet again, take care of your health. Bye.